Crying can indeed have therapeutic benefits for some individuals. Here's how crying can serve as a form of emotional release and contribute to overall well-being. Crying allows individuals to express and release pent-up emotions such as sadness, grief, frustration, or anger. It can provide a cathartic outlet for processing difficult emotions and experiences. Shedding tears can help reduce stress by releasing built-up tension and promoting relaxation. Crying triggers the release of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good hormones, which can help alleviate emotional distress. Crying can help improve mood by promoting emotional regulation and restoring emotional balance. After a good cry, many people report feeling a sense of relief and a lightening of their emotional burden. Crying can facilitate social connection and empathy by signaling distress and vulnerability to others. It can evoke compassion and support from friends, family members, or caregivers, strengthening social bonds and fostering a sense of connection. Crying can serve as a form of catharsis, allowing individuals to release pent-up emotions and find closure after experiencing loss, trauma, or hardship. It can mark the beginning of the healing process and pave the way for emotional growth and resilience. Crying can increase self-awareness by helping individuals connect with their emotions and understand the underlying causes of their distress. It can provide valuable insights into one's needs, values, and relationships, leading to greater self-understanding and personal growth. While crying can be a healthy and natural response to emotional distress, it's essential to recognize that not everyone finds relief through crying. An excessive or prolonged crying may indicate underlying mental health issues that require professional support. Additionally, cultural norms and individual preferences may influence how people perceive and express their emotions, including crying. Ultimately, whether crying serves as a cure depends on the individual and the context in which it occurs. After crying, individuals may experience a variety of emotional and physical sensations, which can vary depending on the context of the crying episode and the individual's emotional state. Many people report feeling a sense of relief and release after crying. This can manifest as a lightening of emotional burden, a reduction in tension, and a feeling of emotional catharsis. Crying can promote a sense of calmness and relaxation as emotional tension is released. Individuals may feel more at ease and less overwhelmed after crying, allowing them to regain a sense of emotional balance. Crying can serve as a form of catharsis, allowing individuals to release pent-up emotions and find closure after experiencing distressing events or emotions. This can lead to a sense of emotional clarity and resolution. Crying can evoke feelings of vulnerability as individuals express their emotions and expose their innermost feelings to themselves and others. This vulnerability can foster connections with others and deepen interpersonal relationships. Crying can be physically and emotionally draining, leading to feelings of fatigue or exhaustion. Individuals may feel tired or depleted after a crying episode, especially if it was intense or prolonged. Crying can evoke empathy and compassion from others, fostering a sense of understanding and connection. Individuals may feel supported and cared by for those who offer comfort and validation during or after crying. It can provide individuals with a renewed perspective on their emotions, experiences, and relationships. It may help them gain insight into their needs, values, and priorities, leading to personal growth and self-discovery. It's important to acknowledge that everyone's experience of crying is unique, and individuals may feel a combination of these emotions or other sensations after crying. Additionally, cultural norms, personal beliefs, and individual differences can influence how people perceive and respond to crying. One should not feel ashamed to cry. It's a natural and healthy emotional response to various situations and emotions, including sadness, grief, frustration, anger, or even happiness. Here are a few reasons why crying should not be associated with shame. It's a form of emotional expression that allows individuals to process and release intense emotions. Suppressing tears can lead to emotional buildup and may have negative effects on mental and physical health. Crying is a sign of vulnerability, and allowing oneself to be vulnerable is a courageous and authentic aspect of being human. It can foster connections with others and deepen relationships by signaling trust and openness. Allowing oneself to cry is an act of self-compassion and self-care. It's important to acknowledge and validate one's own emotions rather than dismissing them or suppressing them. Cultural norms and expectations around crying vary widely, and what may be perceived as shameful in one culture may be considered acceptable or even encouraged in another. It's essential to recognize and respect individual differences in emotion and expression. It's essential to recognize and respect individual differences in emotional expression. Crying can be a healthy coping mechanism for dealing with stress, grief, and emotional pain. It allows individuals to release tension, process difficult emotions, and find relief from emotional distress. Showing vulnerability, including crying, does not signify weakness, but rather strength and resilience. It takes courage to confront and express one's emotions authentically, especially in the face of societal expectations or stigma. It's important to create a supportive environment where crying is accepted and normalized, both for oneself and for others. By fostering open and compassionate communication around emotions, we can reduce the stigma associated with crying and promote emotional well-being for everyone. Feeling like you cry all the time can be distressing and may indicate underlying emotional issues that could benefit from exploration and support. Some individuals are naturally more emotionally sensitive and may be more prone to crying in response to various stimuli, such as stress, sadness, frustration, or even positive emotions. This heightened sensitivity can lead to more frequent crying episodes. Persistent feelings of sadness, anxiety, or unresolved trauma can increase the likelihood of frequent crying. If you have experienced significant life events or ongoing challenges that have left emotional scars, you may find yourself crying more often as a way of processing these feelings. Certain mental health conditions such as depression, anxiety disorders, or mood disorders can cause excessive crying or heightened emotional reactivity. If you're experiencing symptoms such as persistent sadness, loss of interest or pleasure, fatigue, changes in appetite or sleep patterns, or difficulty concentrating, it may be helpful to seek support from a mental health professional. High levels of stress, overwhelm, or feeling out of control can trigger emotional responses, including crying. If you're dealing with a lot of stressors in your life, such as work or relationship issues, financial problems, or health concerns, you may find yourself crying more frequently as a way of coping with these challenges. Hormonal fluctuations, such as those experienced during menstruation, pregnancy, or menopause, can affect mood and emotional regulation, potentially leading to more frequent crying episodes. If you are grieving the loss of a loved one or experiencing other significant losses, such as the end of a relationship or a job, you may find yourself crying more often as you navigate the grieving process. If you find that you're crying frequently and it's interfering with your daily functioning or quality of life, it's essential to seek support from a mental health professional. A therapist or a counselor can help you explore the underlying causes of your emotional distress and develop coping strategies to manage your emotions more effectively. Additionally, reaching out to supportive friends or loved ones can provide comfort and understanding during difficult times. Remember that it's okay to seek help and that you don't have to face your struggles alone. Find a quiet and comfortable space where you feel safe and relaxed. Create a calming environment can help you feel more comfortable expressing your emotions. Allow yourself to feel your emotions without judgment or self-censorship. Recognize that crying is a natural and healthy response to sadness and grief and stress, and it's okay to let your emotions flow. Close your eyes and visualize a scene or memory that evokes strong emotions. Focus on the sensory details of the experience, such as sights, sounds, and smells, to help trigger an emotional response. Music can be a powerful tool for tapping into and expressing emotions. Choose songs that resonate with your feelings and allow yourself to connect with the lyrics and melody. Writing can be a therapeutic way to explore and process your emotions. Try journaling about your feelings, thoughts, and experiences, allowing yourself to express whatever comes to mind without censorship. Reach out to a trusted friend, a family member, or mental health professional for support and validation. Talk about your feelings with someone you trust, and that can help you feel less alone and more understood. If you're struggling to express your emotions or experiencing emotional numbness, consider seeking support from a therapist or a counselor. A mental health professional can help you explore the underlying causes of your emotional difficulties and develop coping strategies to address them effectively. It's important to remember that everyone experiences and expresses emotions differently, and there's no right or wrong way to feel. If you're having difficulty crying or expressing your emotions, be patient with yourself and explore different strategies to find what works best for you.